name is Theo, and I help young men use weightlifting to build a physique that they can be proud of. So, right now, maybe your gains are slowing down, and maybe your workouts are feeling a little bit boring, honestly. Today, I'm going to show you the strategy that I use to make my workouts twice as intense, twice as rewarding, and what exploded my gains in the long run. Maybe your workouts feel flat, maybe they don't feel very fulfilling, maybe they don't feel like you're putting in a whole lot of work compared to when you used to, but I'm here to fix that problem. Also, if you're interested in getting my help to build your dream physique, the link to my one-to-one high-ticket coaching service is in the description, so go ahead and check that out. Should be the top link in the description. I want you to think of two guys in the gym in this situation. One of them is this guy who doesn't really take his workout too seriously, or he's heard on YouTube that you should train close to failure in order to build the highest amount of muscle, while the other guy has always trained to failure, and he's going to keep doing so. So the one guy who's trained close to failure is going, let's say they're doing bench press, right? So this guy is going to be using a moderate amount of weight for, say, 10 reps, even though he could go like 11 or 12 reps to failure. He's going to keep doing that, but he's never actually going to achieve failure, whereas this guy is. And once this guy achieves failure, like he's blasting through his sets. He's putting every single fiber of his being into getting that weight off of his chest. There's an insane advantage that this guy has. And what the advantage of going to failure and blasting your muscle is that essentially you make more physical as well as mental gains. So maybe you are trained to failure in the gym right now, but maybe you're not. And if you're not, I think it may be time to start, because what failure does is that it trains your body as well as your mind, right? When you go to failure, when you're taking that last rep to failure, when you know that your muscles are going to fail, but you're still trying to go for another rep, you're actually conditioning your mind to be tougher. You're conditioning your body to have more endurance. Going to failure annihilates your muscles and really forces them to regrow, whereas staying within your limits, not training to failure or just training close to it, makes you basically just stay within your limits. It doesn't really get you extreme results compared to going to failure. Some advice on training to failure is that you might want to not do it for every exercise. So maybe if I'm doing leg day, I might not want to do like heavy deadlifts to failure or like squats to failure, unless you have a power rack and can actually afford to fail squats, because failing a squat isn't easy, right? Because you're squatting down with the bar, and unless you have something to catch the bar as you go down with it, you're not really going to be able to fail a squat properly or safely. So yeah, you gotta be kind of careful when going to failure when training legs. But yeah, another thing I like to do is, after I've done all my reps to failure, basically, when I can't really do another full complete rep because I'm at failure, I basically try and do one more rep, but I push or pull as much as I possibly can, even though I'm not moving the weight. So that kind of puts one last extra kind of burning intensity onto your muscles, which is, in theory at least, going to help them grow a lot more. But yeah, I've noticed significant gains ever since I started doing that, and it's really helped my mentality. You have no reason not to try it if you want to make the most amount of gains possible. You may be thinking right now that going to failure and really straining your muscles that much is going to cause you to hurt yourself. Like maybe you'll tear a pec muscle, or you'll put something out of joint, or something like that, just from the amount of strain that you're going to be putting in. Training to failure is something that professional bodybuilders and like even amateur ones have been doing for decades. And really the only way that you're going to be injured by doing it is by not having the correct form and not stretching beforehand. So basically these are going to be technical issues, not just the fact that you're trained to failure, right? So some things that I recommend that you do to avoid getting injured within the gym, especially when you're trained to failure, is stretch before and after your workouts. Now, this is going to help keep you flexible and limber, and you'll be able to get a fuller range of motion, which means that you're going to build more muscle, as well as putting the extra stretch on your muscles is also going to condition them to actually grow more compared to if you were a little bit more stiff. You're also going to want to watch your form. So while you're lifting heavy weights especially, it's very easy to injure yourself if your form isn't correct. Yeah, just look up bench press injuries on YouTube. It's not pretty. One strategy that's really worked for me when trying to improve my form is actually filming myself, say with my phone's camera, while I'm doing the exercise, and then reviewing the footage and seeing where my form could be better within that video. One last thing that you're going to want to do to avoid injury while training to failure is to have rest days for every muscle group. Now, the conventional knowledge, which I think is right, is that you're going to want to wait 48 hours between training a muscle. So let's say I do arm day and then I train my biceps. So I'm going to want to wait 48 hours before I do another bicep isolation exercise, i.e. bicep curls, stuff like that. This just lets the muscle rest and recuperate and basically heal up to its original strength, or even stronger than it was before you go ahead and try and blast it again with another workout. So that's going to be it for this video. I hope that you follow this outline and basically watch your mental and physical gains explode. I really hope that this works for you. If you do try it out, go ahead and give me some feedback on how it went in the comments below. And yeah, if you like what you saw here, if this stuff works for you, go ahead and like, subscribe, and check out my other fitness videos, which would be somewhere around here. I'll see ya.